The small brown squirrel perched on the sturdy oak branch, its tiny paws cradling a glistening acorn, a treasure in its own right. The world around it was awash in hues of amber, gold, and crimson, as autumn unfurled its vibrant tapestry. Leaves danced gently to the ground, twirling in the crisp air, each one a fleeting moment of nature's artistry. The squirrel, oblivious to the grandeur of the season, was entirely focused on its prize, the acorn, a symbol of sustenance and survival. As the sun dipped lower on the horizon, the golden rays filtered through the branches, casting a warm glow on the squirrel's fur. It was a simple creature, yet in its smallness lay a world of wonder. The oak tree stood tall and ancient, its gnarled limbs a testament to the passage of time. The bark, rough and textured, told stories of seasons past, of storms weathered and sunlit days spent in the embrace of the sky. The squirrel, a mere flicker of life against this backdrop, embodied the spirit of autumn, full of life yet aware of the impending chill. With a quick, practiced motion, the squirrel cracked open the acorn, revealing the soft, creamy nut inside. It paused for a moment, savoring the scent, the earthy aroma mixing with the crispness of the air. This was not just food. It was a connection to the earth, a reminder of the cycle of life. Each bite was a piece of the forest, a fragment of the oak's legacy. It nibbled, its tiny teeth working diligently, the sound of cracking shell echoing softly in the stillness of the afternoon. Around it, the world was alive with the rustle of leaves, the distant call of birds preparing for their migration, and the gentle whisper of the wind. The squirrel was a part of this symphony, a note in the grand composition of nature. As it munched on the acorn, its eyes darted around, alert and aware. Every sound held significance. Every movement could signal danger or opportunity. In this moment, it was both predator and prey, a creature of instinct and intuition. The oak tree was a sanctuary, its branches a haven from the ground below, where larger animals roamed and the threat of a hungry hawk loomed. The squirrel felt safe here, nestled among the thick foliage, surrounded by the comforting scent of damp earth and decaying leaves. It was a place of abundance, where acorns littered the ground, a bounty from the tree that had stood watch over the forest for generations. The squirrel had learned to gather, to hoard, preparing for the winter months when food would become scarce and survival would depend on foresight and diligence. As it finished the last bite of the acorn, the squirrel paused, looking out over the landscape. The forest was a canvas painted in autumn's richest colors, a breathtaking sight that stirred something deep within. The yellow leaves fluttered like tiny flags, heralding the change of seasons. The air was crisp, carrying with it the scent of wood smoke from nearby cottages, a reminder of the warmth and comfort that awaited in the hearts of those who lived close to nature. The squirrel's heart raced with the thrill of the season. It was a time of preparation, of gathering and storing, but also a time of beauty. The fleeting nature of autumn filled it with a sense of urgency. Each day was a gift, each moment a chance to revel in the splendor surrounding it. The squirrel took a deep breath, inhaling the cool, fresh air, its senses heightened. It was alive, fully aware of its place in the grand design of the forest. With a flick of its bushy tail, the squirrel bounded from the branch, landing lightly on the ground below. The leaves crunched underfoot, a satisfying sound that echoed the joy of movement. It scurried across the forest floor, its tiny legs propelling it forward with remarkable speed. The world was a maze of fallen leaves, acorns, and twigs, each step a dance through nature's litter. The squirrel's eyes sparkled with mischief as it darted in and out of the underbrush, searching for hidden treasures. It paused now and then, ears perked, listening intently for any sign of danger. The forest was alive with sounds, the rustle of a nearby rabbit, the distant caw of a crow, the soft rustling of branches swaying in the wind. The squirrel was both participant and observer, a small creature in a vast world, yet one that played a vital role in the ecosystem surrounding it. Each acorn it collected would not only sustain it through the winter, but would also contribute to the growth of new oak trees, ensuring the cycle continued. As the sun dipped lower, casting long shadows across the ground, the squirrel began to gather acorns with a sense of purpose. It worked tirelessly, stashing them in small holes it had dug beneath the roots of the oak tree, a secret cache that would sustain it through the cold months ahead. Each acorn was carefully placed, a testament to the squirrel's diligence and instinctual wisdom. But amidst the urgency of the gathering, the beauty of the moment was not lost on the little creature. It paused frequently to gaze up at the canopy, where leaves fluttered like confetti in a gentle breeze. The colors were a riot of warmth, a celebration of life before the stillness of winter. The sun, now a fiery orb on the horizon, painted the sky in shades of orange and pink, a breathtaking backdrop to the squirrel's industriousness. With each acorn buried, the squirrel felt a sense of accomplishment. It was not just a task, it was an act of love for the earth, a commitment to the future. The forest was its home, and in turn, it would nurture and protect it. The acorns would sprout into new life, a new generation of oaks that would one day shelter other creatures, just as it had found refuge in their branches. As twilight descended, the air grew cooler, and the first stars began to twinkle in the indigo sky. The squirrel, now weary but content, climbed back up to its perch in the oak tree. It settled onto a thick branch, curling its tail around itself, a small ball of warmth against the encroaching chill. The world below faded into a soft murmur, the sounds of the forest becoming a lullaby that soothed its restless spirit. From this vantage point, the squirrel could see the expanse of the forest, a sea of shadows and silhouettes, the trees standing tall like guardians of the night. The moon rose, casting a silvery glow that illuminated the leaves, turning them into shimmering jewels. In this moment of tranquility, the squirrel felt a deep connection to the world around it. It was part of a larger story, a narrative woven through the threads of time and nature. With its eyes half closed, the squirrel allowed itself to drift into a peaceful slumber. Dreams filled with the rustling of leaves, the warmth of the sun, and the promise of spring. The oak tree stood watch, a steadfast companion through the seasons, a silent witness to the life that unfolded within its embrace. The squirrel was not just a creature of the forest. It was a keeper of its secrets, a participant in the eternal dance of life. As the night deepened, the forest transformed. The sounds of day faded into whispers, the rustle of nocturnal creatures stirring from their slumber. The air was crisp, filled with the scent of earth and leaves, a reminder of the cycle that continued unabated. The squirrel, nestled in its cozy nook, remained oblivious to the world outside, cocooned in dreams of acorns and autumn leaves, of a life lived in harmony with the rhythms of nature. In the days that followed, the squirrel would continue its work, gathering and storing, reveling in the beauty of the season while preparing for the inevitable chill of winter. It was a simple life, yet one filled with purpose and joy. Each acorn collected was a promise of sustenance. Each leaf that fell was a reminder of the beauty of change. The squirrel understood, in its own way, the significance of the moment, the importance of living fully in each season, embracing the beauty of life in all its forms. And so, as the small brown squirrel sat on its oak branch, holding its precious nut, it became a symbol of resilience and grace, a tiny creature navigating the vastness of the world, finding joy in the simplest of things. The autumn leaves continued to fall, a gentle rain of color that blanketed the forest floor, a reminder that life, in all its fleeting beauty, was a gift to be cherished.